2026 could be a defining year for AI and society, and today I'm going to be breaking down the top predictions that are likely going to occur in 2026. Some are almost already here, some are crazy, so let's get into prediction number one. I think we're going to see public backlash on such companies, and we do see that in 2024. We saw a record high in expenditures on personal and home security for CEOs at S&P 500 companies and a 29% year-over-year increase for CEOs at Russell 3000 companies. The share of companies offering these security measures has also risen significantly since 2022, with the trend more pronounced in the S&P 500 area, where companies face greater public visibility. Obviously, some of these AI companies are private. However, I do think in 2026, you're going to start to see some backlash with the effects of AI because it's going to just be so drastic and it's going to be very quick. And if you listen to Ahmad, who is big within the AI industry, he says he knows a ton of CEOs that actually have reduced the amount of public events they are going to or even hosting, because I think this is coming right around the corner in 2026. Leading us to graduate hiring is going to stay flat. Currently, right now, if you just graduated, it is actually very tough to find a job. We even see this with individuals between the ages of 18 and 25. That kind of cohort is having difficulties finding jobs. Like I've said before, I do know MBAs who have just graduated from Ivy schools that are having a tough time finding jobs because their credentials are just not speaking at the same volumes as they once were. And obviously that's because proficiency with AI tools has quickly become a top skill, and companies are working to train their employees how to use it. At the same time, AI is also emerging as a useful training tool in its own right. Goldman Sachs says younger tech workers appear to be disproportionately affected. Unemployment among 20 to 30-year-olds in tech-exposed occupations has risen by almost 3 percentage points since the start of 2025. We are currently seeing in real time the death of knowledge work. And unfortunately in the West, a lot of jobs are knowledge-based work. And what we're seeing is that AI can do it cheaper, faster, and better. So they conclude that occupations at the highest risk of being displaced by AI in the coming years include computer programmers, accountants and auditors, legal and administrative assistants, customer service reps, telemarketers, proofreaders, editors, and credit analysts. Those at the least risk of being displaced are air traffic controllers, chief executives, radiologists, pharmacists, residential advisors, photographers, and members of the clergy. Ultimately, what you're seeing again is a lot of this knowledge work will be automated, and you can do it, unfortunately, cheaper, faster, better, like I just said, with AI. And so if you are remote at a desk doing work via a screen, you will be replaced here, and that's basically what they're saying. And obviously on the flip side, we have the more physical labor, which is kind of the trades work, and that leads us to our third prediction. So what I do think we see here is kind of the boom or the rise of the blue collar work. As we can see, the employment of electricians is projected to grow 9% from 2024 to 2034, much faster than the average for all occupations. Again, this is more physical labor. About 81,000 openings for electricians are projected each year on average over the decade. Many of those openings are expected to result from the need to replace workers who transfer from different occupations or exit the labor force. That's why we're going to see a blue collar rise of type of work. One, because we have a big cohort, a big number of individuals retiring or getting there. And ultimately, number two, we don't have robots yet to displace or to start this type of work. Employment of plumbers, pipe fitters, and steam fitters is projected to grow 4% from the same period, 2024 to 2034. About 44,000 openings for plumbers, pipe fitters, and steam fitters are projected each year on average over the decade. And obviously everything's kind of cyclical in nature, so I think what we're going to see is kind of the decrease of white collar work and obviously the rise of blue collar work, given that there are no robots yet to take their jobs. All right, so this here is Tilly Norwood. I don't know if you have heard about her. However, she is an AI actor, and so there's controversy around the AI actor Tilly Norwood. She continues to grow after the Actors Union basically condemned the development and said Norwood's creators were using stolen preferences. In 2026, you're going to see more AI actors, artists, a lot of the creative field start to take use of AI. And it says Norwood appears in a short film called A.I Commissioner, produced by Particle 6, and it was 100% generated. They go on to say, I see AIs not as a replacement for people, but as a new tool, a new paintbrush. Just as animation, puppetry, CGI open fresh possibilities without taking away from live acting. Norwood has been touted as the next Scarlett Johansson, with studios apparently clamoring to work with her and a talent agency lined up to represent her. And so we're going to see the rise of AI actors, AI artists, all kind of within that creative domain start to take shape. Again, you're not going to need a massive budget. You're not going to need hundreds of millions of dollars to produce a movie. Rather, you're going to use AI. So I do think in 2026, we will see kind of an AI artist hit the top charts. Maybe some artists use AI and kind of be public about it. And we also may just see an actor that is AI generated in a movie. All right, leading me to my next prediction, and that is HeyGen. If you've used HeyGen before, they're great at producing AI avatars. I mean, look at this. This looks pretty real from my end, and they're getting really, really good at it. So I think we're going to see more and more of this, and we're going to get to a point where you just don't know if it's real or fake. And as you can see, they're already working with some of the most trusted people in the industry. We have Harvard here. We have Miro. We have Workday, which is quite big. We have Intel. And just through a click of a button, you're going to be able to, one, create your own avatar, or number two, obviously be able to just create some fictitious character and use that for social media or whatever have you. But we're going to get to the point where, one, you may just be talking to via Zoom a avatar that you think is real and it's actually not. And it's going to be very difficult, as we can already see right now with some of the seniors thinking it's real content and it's not, it's AI generated. It's even going to trip up the best minds that do think this is real. However, it's just going to be AI. And I think we are getting very, very close for AI avatars looking really, really good, and even the voice being exceptionally good. Leading to my next prediction, I think we're entering in the era of micro agents, micro SaaS. You're going to have very, very nuanced agents. They're going to do a specific task very, very well, and it's actually going to outcompete or do better than your horizontal structure that just doesn't have the nuance that these vertical integrations have. And I think that's right around the corner, because right now you can use tools like anti-gravity, like Claude Code, to actually build your own app, website, whatever it is, for your specific use case. As we can see, it's good at getting the job done. Early signals of agents achieving higher performance in discrete jobs or specialized workflows, while generalist agents struggle with consistency. Potential to capture larger ACVs. If vertical agents can augment human labor, they can also command higher ACVs and scale revenue faster than traditional SaaS tools. Again, if you're currently using the tools, anti-gravity, Claude Code, you can build these tools and you can do it for very specific use cases. Things are going to change, and right now I don't think there's a better time to actually be building out these things via anti-gravity, via Claude Code, because AI is just getting so good at it. And so that leads us into this prediction, which is essentially you're going to have big SaaS companies create agents alongside them, and they're just going to bolt it on to the current tools. As we can see here, Salesforce, the world's #1 AI CRM, said it announced the general availability of Agentforce, a new layer on the Salesforce platform that enables companies to build and deploy AI agents that can autonomously take action across any business function. And this was in October, and you're going to see a lot of companies kind of branch out from the main core, but ultimately it's going to work very, very well. And so you're going to have vertical integration, you're going to have horizontal integration, and that's going to be interesting to see, because these bigger companies have the money, resources, and talent pool to be able to do that, and so they're going to eat up a lot of the market share. More specifically speaking, we can see that Agentforce includes out-of-the-box agents that are easy to customize and deploy with low-code or no-code tools, and that work around the clock across any channel. Again, these are going to be very, very good agents, and prior in the traditional realm, you couldn't really do this. Now it's just going to be super easy to kind of branch off and then bolt on to the main product or the main service. Like I said before, we are going to see AI inequality very, very shortly here. Maybe not in 2026, but in the future, most definitely, the rich are going to get richer, and it's going to create an inequality. And I think in the far future, we're going to have some system like UBI, because AI is just going to revolutionize everything. Not everyone's going to be prepared. As you can see, things are going to get very weird very quickly, but comment down below what your predictions are. I'm curious to hear those. And as always, my friends, I will see you tomorrow.